Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to turn fractions into percentages. In the video previous to this one, we learned how to turn fractions into decimals. Make sure that you understand how to do that before attempting this. For part A, we have 3/4. We will convert it to a decimal by doing long division, which will look like this. 4 cannot go into 3, so we add the decimal. 4 goes into 37 times, giving us 28, resulting in 2, drop down to 0. 4 goes into 25 times. 4 times 5 is 20, leaving us with no remainder. So our decimal is 0.75 or 3/4. That should be expected. Now, we have to turn 0.75 into a percentage. So whenever you have a decimal, all you have to do is move the decimal 2 places to the right. So 0.75 now becomes 75%. For part B, we set it up in the exact same way. If you want to take a moment to pause this and try it yourself, go ahead. The setup is the same as the previous. We do long division of 8 into 5. We know we're going to have to add a decimal. That gives us a 0. 8 goes into 56 times, giving us 48. When you subtract that, it's a 2. Bring down the 0. 8 goes into 22 times, giving us 16. Subtracting it, that's a 4 with a 0, bringing that down, and that gives us 40. 8 goes into 40 5 times. 8 times 5 is 40, and subtracting that, that gives us 0. So our decimal form for 5/8 is 0.625. Just like part A, we will move the decimal 2 places to the right, and that's our final answer, 62.5%. Part C can be done in multiple ways because we have a mixed number. For simplicity purposes, we will do it using long division. So first, let's turn this into an improper fraction. We have 1 and 2/5. We will take the whole number, multiply it to the 5, and then add that number to the numerator. So we have 1 times 5, that gives us 5, plus the 2, that's 7. So we have 7/5. Now we can do long division. We'll do it off to the right. 5 and 7. 5 goes into 7 once. 5 times 1 is 5. Subtracting it out, that leaves us with 2. We will now add a decimal and a 0 so we can bring it down. 5 goes into 20 4 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtracting that leaves us with no remainder. So in decimal form, we have 1.4. Now we turn 1.4 into a percentage by moving the decimal, you guessed it, 2 places to the right. Now you might be wondering, how can we do it? There's nothing here. Well, there are a whole bunch of trailing zeros that we simply don't write. So we can still move the decimal 2 places to the right because those invisible zeros are there. So now that we've moved it to the right, our final answer is going to be 140, technically decimal with a whole lot of zeros that we don't need to write, so 140%. Part D is very similar to part C, So if you want to give this video a pause and try it for your own, now is a great time. To solve this problem, we will do long division, placing 4 on the outside, 5 on the inside. 4 goes into 5 once. That gives us a 4. Subtracting it out leaves us with 1. We will need to put in a decimal, drop down the 0. 4 goes into 10 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtracting that gives us a 2. Write the 0, bring it down. 4 goes into 20 5 times. 4 times 5 gives us 20, and that leaves us with no remainder. So decimal form is 1.25, and we will move the decimal 2 places to the right. So our final answer is 125%. That's everything for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.